Hello friends. Today we're going to review another book by Jim Dent called 12 Mighty Orphans. I just finished reading this one. This is the second book by Jim Dent that I've read. The first one, you'll remember, I did a review of it, and it was called Courage Beyond the Game. That was an excellent book, and this one's a good book too. Matter of fact, it might be almost as good as that first one. But this one right here is about some orphans in an orphanage in Fort Worth, Texas in the late 30s and 40s. Let me read you what it says on the back of the cover. They were just a scrawny band of orphans from Fort Worth, Texas in the 1930s and 40s. The Masonic Home Mighty Mites, that's what they were called, the Mighty Mites, a group of boys bound together by hardship and death. Their first practice started without a football, only 6 scarred leather helmets, and mismatched tattered jerseys. But their devoted coach, who worked for peanuts and drove them around in the home's antique smoke-belching truck they called Old Blue, inspired them to believe in themselves, and within a few years, they were playing for the state championship against the biggest and richest high schools in the state, despite being outweighed at least 30 pounds per man. So this is a feel-good movie, a feel-good book that I'm sure you will enjoy. A couple of reviews about it says that it's a riveting tale about underdogs. The Mighty Mites were America's team long before Tom Landry and his gray fedora. Dent tells the story vividly, a wonderfully inspired story. Another person writes, the Mighty Mites were the most popular team in Texas with a cult following that stretched from New York to California. Jim Dent captures the underdog spirit. It's, like I said, it's about these kids that were growing up in the mid-30s to the early 40s. They found themselves in the orphanage from whatever reasons. Either their parents had passed away or had an accident or something like that. Anyway, it was during the Depression years. So Jim Dent gives you a good idea what those years were like. I think he says like the boys only had shoes for the winter months. They didn't have any tennis shoes or anything like that. You know, back in those days, they had to work the farm, and he tells you how they had to milk the cows and all that good stuff, and how grueling those Texas summers were, and how this coach molded these boys into leaders of men. So I strongly urge you to find this book if you're interested in sports, or even just a feel-good underdog book. It'll really be worth your while. If you do, let me know what you think about it. Leave a comment and let me know what you think about it. Okay? Hope you guys are having a great weekend. We'll talk to you soon.